Well, good evening and welcome once again to the Columbus Lions Coaches Show. And boy, you've got a treat tonight. Just imagine our man Thrift Behringer's over in Macon doing some GIAA soccer. Mike Peacock, play-by-play guy for the Lions. Got a special guest here tonight. Everybody knows him in this area, Mr. Mike Frost, joining us here tonight. And just imagine me a older and shorter-haired Thrift for the rest of this show. But we're here at Poor Decisions. It's 50-cent wing night as usual. If you haven't been here and tried the wings, you need to get here and try the wings. And come on Wednesday nights, because we'll be here early in the night, and then you can enjoy the wings the rest of the evening. And they've got all the TVs around the room. You can watch all the sports you want to watch here. But we're here to talk about the Columbus Lions. And Mike, the Lions 5-0 so far this season. And they have been a little bit of the talk of the town here in Columbus, because not only has the team been very good this year and doing great things on the field, but the atmosphere in the Civic Center is completely different this year.
And that's one of the things I kind of looked forward to when I found out when Roger Beck bought the team. Corey Black took over as general manager, and then Damian Daniels became the head coach. We knew that the team was going to be centered on community focus, getting the people out there, knowing the team, get out in the community, get around the kids. You see them going to schools, you see them going out in the community, kind of meeting people. And it's kind of been a really big thing here, bringing in halftime shows.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody's wanting to come in, see these acts come in at halftime and perform, and it's kind of making the whole atmosphere here, rather than just kind of taking the community for granted and just running on with it and just kind of letting football play and just stomping teams down, and that's it. I mean, they've done a really good job so far being able to get the community involved, and that's why they've been talking about it a lot here recently.
Yeah, the halftimes have been unbelievable.
Yes.
You know, it's been it's almost like everybody's waiting around to see who's going to be next for the next home game. They have announced the halftime for the next home game, which will be on the 6th. And it is Christian and Scooby.
Yeah,
and
be a fun one.
it is a guy and his dogs, and they have. You said they were at one of the NBA
they were just
playoff
in
games
Cleveland during the Knicks and
at
Cleveland
Cleveland
playoff matchup. Game
and
4.
so they are well known around the country, and that'll be on June 6th when the Lions host the Carolina Predators. That'll be the next home game. Now the Lions will be on the road this week, and they're playing at the Mississippi Wolfpack. So plan for that June 6th. That'll be Military Day at the Civic Center, and you've got Christian and Scooby at halftime. You want to talk about a great atmosphere. That's going to be a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be fun. You're going to get a lot of the military out there, a lot of appreciation. I mean, we're a military town, basically.
Yeah.
We've got Fort Benning right there. A lot of soldiers that end up loving this town so much they end up staying once they retire. So it's going to be a big night. Bring everybody out there. The kids are going to love Christian and Scooby. If anything.
Oh, yeah.
They've been big time on America's Got Talent. They've done the Gong Show and one on there as well. But they've also, they've traveled the entire country doing sports venues and arenas, whether it be the NBA, WNBA, different things. They do halftime performances all throughout the country. So it's a big thing to get them to come down here to Columbus and perform for the Columbus Lions community.
Well, Mike, the Lions are coming off a week off. We were talking to Coach Damian Daniels, who we'll talk to here in just a moment, and they needed it. You know, they had some people banged up, and, you know, a bye week is never unappreciated, but it was really appreciated by the Columbus Lions as they had some people banged up, and it came at a great time after a big win over the Peach State Cats in their last home game. And so they've used this week to get some folks better and probably to add some new wrinkles along the way to get ready for their road trip to Mississippi. And when we come back, we're going to talk to head coach Damian Daniels. But again, we're at Poor Decisions. Come on out, 50-cent wing night. Enjoy it. We're here with the Columbus Lions. I'm Mike. He's Mike. We'll be back in just a moment.
Hello, everybody. This is DJ Jones with the Sports Visions Morning Show for the best in local, regional, and national sports news. Weekdays from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m.
You can find the Sports Visions Morning Show on Facebook, YouTube. Also, you can listen to us on Apple and Spotify by typing in the Sports Visions Morning Show, and download the Sports Visions radio app right now in your app store today.
Sports Vision 92.1. We are your hometown sports guys.
Imagine a life-changing injury. Imagine the fear and unknown. The Houston Clinic Sports Medicine Team, the only physicians in the area with advanced certification in orthopedic sports medicine, treats sports injuries with innovative techniques. The Houston Clinic has helped nearly 1 million athletes live without pain. Imagine getting back in the game. Imagine the best game of your life. The Houston Clinic Sports Medicine Team.
And we're back here at Poor Decisions, Lions Coaches Show. Remember, 50-cent wings tonight here at Poor Decisions. And the greatest sports bar name, I think, anywhere is Poor Decisions. And we're here with Coach Damian Daniels. And Coach, Mike and I were talking about it a minute ago when we talked before the show, but couldn't have been better timing for a week off for the Lions.
Man, who telling you, it was perfect timing. You know, that last game, I had 2 guys sitting out already. And then we had a couple injuries during that game.
Yeah.
So, like you say, perfect timing for the bye week. We got a lot of guys some rest, much needed rest. So, hopefully we can get back rolling.
Well, speaking of rolling, team's been rolling pretty well. You're 5-0. The offense has been clicking on all cylinders. The defense has been tremendous. Just talk about this team so far and what your expectations were coming in and how they've done so far stacking up to that.
Actually, I knew we were good. I knew we had a lot of talent, but this is probably the first year that we've had so many young guys on the team. So it was a question mark just to see how well and how fast we were going to gel. But having Blaine Espinosa come in and play quarterback, which has some arena experience, I think that was the difference to kind of take us over the top, especially offensively. And that's why you see our offense rolling the way that we are.
Well, talk about your staff a little bit. I mean, you got Pierre Coffey running the offense,
right?
And you're kind of in charge of the defense with some of the other guys. But talk about the cohesiveness on your staff and how you guys always work together, and what that has meant to this team.
Right, great group of guys, man. Like you said, Pierre Coffey, even though this is his first year coaching arena football, just the student of the game that he is, how he prepares. It's just been a great addition to us already with Cole Picard and Brandon Thomas, which I've had on the staff in previous years. And then I also brought back Mark Rosicki, which he coached me a couple years when I played. So just his experience, man, I think we do well together. Well,
and it's paid off, and of course, for Coach Coffey, having some players on that offensive side of the ball doesn't hurt at all. Good players make good coaches, right?
Exactly.
And you talked about Blaine Espinosa, but my goodness, what a year he's having.
Right.
I mean, he has been tremendous. But I always go back. When I was in the coaching profession, I was an offensive line coach. So those guys up front, along with the backs, have done a great job of protecting him this year, and that has really allowed that offense to blossom.
Yeah, and like you say, man, they definitely don't get enough credit, but, we talk about that before every game. Every game we tell those guys they start up front. And, the offensive line with Michael Harvey, Justin Umis, and Jaleel Mathis, I think that has been our strongest and most consistent group on our team. They have dominated each game. And then, of course, you got Marco Lee that, he steps up and blocks, and when he gets the ball as a runner, he does a great job. So, up front, that's been our most consistent group, I would say. And, so it makes those guys, my skill guys, it makes their job a little bit easier.
No doubt about it. I talked to Marco the last time we had a coaches show, and I said, hey, when you do get to run the football, what's your goal? He said, to score.
Yeah.
And I was like, he said, hey, I'm not looking for anything but the goal line. And I said, hey, that's a great mentality to have. But he also considers himself a part of that offensive line and is proud to be a protector for Blaine. But you talked about skill people. I mean, those guys on the outside that you've got, Coach. I mean, you've got 3-4 guys that can light it up anytime they touch the football.
Right, and actually two of them are rookies. Ja'Kai Cradle, I knew as soon as I signed him that he was going to be a star. I think he leads us now in touchdowns. I think he got 13 touchdowns. So he's been a star, like I knew he was going to be. And Jacob Smith is actually another guy. He practiced all last year with us, but never actually got to get on the field. So he was one of the guys I kept in contact with, all off season. So I knew he would have a big year too. And then of course we got the legend, the veteran, Jarmon Fortson. We know he's gonna do what he does. And then Jesse Riverio, he's a newcomer for us as well. So like you said, we got 4 guys that can all get it done. So, it's kind of a pick your poison offense.
Yeah, and I'm gonna bring this up. Talk about this stiff arm that Jermon Fortson had in the last game. That was unbelievable.
Yeah, I mean, that's what he does, And actually, we were just talking about that last night in practice because, people know when you come and talk to him, he always holds the ball out because he's looking for that stiff arm.
Yeah,
I think that guy, he really got the blunt of it.
He did, no doubt about it. And you mentioned Jacob Smith, I call him lightning in a bottle because anytime he touches the football, he can go. Right. I mean, he's got a chance to score.
Right.
That kickoff return he had in the opening home game was unbelievable.
Blazing.
And he was so quick on that. But this guy didn't really play college football. He was a track guy.
Exactly.
And hadn't played since high school. Right. And he's come in and he is really a weapon for you guys this year.
Yeah, and like I say, he practiced all last year with us, so I think that gave him an opportunity to learn the game. So it was just a matter of him, learning the arena game and learning how to run routes inside. Because like you say, he's just normally a track runner, but playing receiver, you got to be able to move lateral, you got to be able to run some routes. So I think it was good for him to practice with us all last year. And you can see the results this year.
Right, and you mentioned Ja'Kai, and he's just incredible. I mean, he just looks the part and goes out there and plays it. Yeah, no doubt. And Riverio, not bad either.
Right.
I mean, he's very productive when he catches the football. Usually it's in the end zone, but it's they got to have the guy throwing to him, and Blaine's done a tremendous job. But let's move over and talk about your favorite part of the game. I believe is defense, because defense wins championships. And those guys have been tremendous.
And same thing on the defensive side, man. It starts up front. The pressure that we get from those guys, man, DeAndre Brown, Maquel Yancey, and then in the middle, like I say, I've been missing my guy Tyler Clark.
Right.
He's actually been out the last 2 games. And we added Myron Green, which he played one game with us in New Jersey. But to have those 4 guys starting it, and then you got Jacoby Ware in the middle. I mean, he is having an absolutely great year.
Dave has called him Beware Deware.
Yeah, I'm telling you, he is amazing, man. He gets to the ball so fast, and he gets the pressure on the quarterback so fast. It allows my guys on the back end to, really relax and, not have so much pressure.
Well, and talk about those guys in the secondary. They've had a good year. A lot of pass breakups, timely interceptions. Those guys have done a tremendous job as well.
Well, I put a lot of pressure on those guys, man. that being my position. But Terrell Green, man, I got to give him a lot of credit.
Yeah.
He's done a great job, not just on the field, but behind the scenes. Him being the leader of that group. There's a lot of times in practice he takes them off by himself.
Yeah.
And he does a lot of coaching just because he knows what I want. Got to give hats off to him. But, the rest of them are rookies, so they're all learning. But they're just so talented, man. We got a pretty good group.
Well, and real quick before we finish up here, let's talk about this week. You go on the road to Mississippi.
Right.
And talk about that game. And have you been able to add any new wrinkles in the off week, or just pretty much refine some things?
Yeah, we added a few things. Just because we know that first 5 games we kind of jumped out on the scene, and a lot of people watching film, trying to see what we do. So on offense, we got a couple tricks up our sleeve, to change the game a little bit. But on defense, we're gonna still be who we are.
Yeah.
We're gonna get after it up front, and we're gonna try to keep it in front of us on the back end. But it's gonna be a big game for us coming off this bye week, and we want to get back rolling. You know, and I told the guys that we want to be in that playoff type mode right now.
Right.
You know, so we can finish the season strong and make a good run for it.
And then you'll be back home on the 6th of June,
Yep.
Military Day.
Military Day.
And
That's always one of the biggest games.
heck yeah.
Most anticipated games of the season is always going to be Military Night, so we're definitely looking forward to that.
We're going to have a great halftime show that day with Christian and Scooby.
Right.
It's one of the best acts you'll ever want to see at a halftime. And,
Yes, sir.
you know, talk about what Roger Beck and Corey have done this year in changing the atmosphere in the Civic Center.
Man, it has been amazing. Just
It really
to watch
has.
and to hear it. Being around 20 years and me being a part of this for 20 years, I mean, it's been night and day.
Yeah.
Just from what we're used to. So many more people know about it and are talking about it. I mean, they have done an excellent job, man. And, you know, I text Roger the other day, just thank you for everything that he's done. Because it's been amazing.
It's a big difference, and it's really cool to see. And you know, Dave Plata and I have had a blast calling the games, and we tell everybody every week, look, we're glad you're joining us on the YouTube channel,
Right.
but you gotta get
gotta
down
come in
here and
person.
see this in person.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know, I mean,
you're
there's
right.
nothing like it,
Right.
and it's been an amazing atmosphere. But Coach, congratulations on that 5-0 start. We're going to be 6-0 after this week, coming into Military Day, and it's going to be a great environment on June 6th when we get back home.
Yes, sir. We can't wait, man.
And so we're going to take a break. Remember, 50-cent wings night here at Poor Decisions. Again, the greatest name of a sports bar I've ever heard. But we're here at Poor Decisions. We're here with the Columbus Lions. This is Coach Damian Daniels. I'm Mike Peacock, and we'll be back here in just a moment on the Lions Coaches Show.
At Jack Houston Memorial Hospital, our focus is you. Even though we performed more than 1,300 joint replacements last year, we treat you like you are our only patient. Your surgeon explains your joint replacement, so nothing is a surprise. Our team knows your treatment plan, and we work together to get you back on your feet again. That's why our hospital is recognized year after year as a leader in patient satisfaction and quality of care. Jack Houston Memorial Hospital. Excellence, always.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Columbus Lions Show here at Poor Decisions. Again, like Mike Peacock said, 50-cent wing night here on Wednesdays. I'm sitting here with the Columbus Lions defensive back, Jarrell Green, number one in your heart, number one on the roster. How you doing tonight, big dog?
I'm doing all right.
Good, man. Good to see you. You're getting ready for this next game. Y'all had a bye week last week. Got to rest up a little bit. Yeah. It's about halfway through the season. That's about a perfect placement right there. After week 5, get a little break. Yep, and then get ready to go on the road down to Mississippi this weekend. Take on those guys for the second time this year.
Right. Take care of business. Yeah.
How'd it go? How you feel it went the first time y'all played them? What can you look forward to as far as going into this next matchup with Mississippi?
Just doing what we do. We know our D-line, we're going to dominate. I was telling the DBs yesterday, man, we just got to play our brand of ball. I feel like, I told them I feel like we were a little bit of the weak point of the team. Not saying we had a weak point, but I feel like we could produce a little bit more, and I feel like we haven't met our quota yet in the game. So these last 5 games, these last couple of games, we're trying to kind of elevate.
Oh, yeah, trying to get ready. Plus, I mean, you got another big matchup coming in at home, taking on Carolina in 2 weeks now on June 6th for military night. And like we talked about just before we spoke on here, Western Kentucky, Hilltopper, played out there. I always love, that's one of those teams where it's like, I know I'm an Alabama fan coming up, but every time I played NCAA, I was like, I'm gonna get West Kentucky and try to make them a national champ. I ain't gonna lie to you, it was always them or somebody like North Texas just trying to make them up there. Oh yeah. Now right now you got the team right now with 6 pass breakups, 2 interceptions so far on the season. How do you feel like it's been a big progress, whatever, on this team right now to stay undefeated and to keep that way with your defensive game plan, especially blanketing on the back end? Like you said, y'all are strong up front, and you can tell by looking at me, I'm an up front type of guy. So I would never be on the defensive backfield. And that's a big part, too. You think about the athleticism. It's way more athleticism, and when you're back there, it's not just running around being fast. You got to be able to judge receivers, judge routes, judge where the ball's going to be at the same time. So all that goes into play. How do you feel like you succeed in that?
Communication. Learn the game under Coach Dane. Just learning the game and understanding what they're trying to do, what zones they're trying to hit. They're trying to be in the right spot. I got a lot of rookies around me, so communication is big for us. So once we're on the same page, it's limitless to how far we can go on the back end.
And, you know, I coached for a little bit, so I know a lot of people won't understand a lot of the signals get thrown right there in the defensive backfield. It's a little bit different. Yeah, you see, like, the motion and everything. That's another part, too, that a lot of people don't think about with the ring league. You got that one guy, he's already full speed by the time the ball snaps.
So you got to have the advantage.
Yeah, exactly. You already got to know what the plan is. A lot of film, a lot of being able to prepare and practice, whatever, getting ready for that. So I know that's not easy. But like I said, you've been at one of the top levels in football anyway at West Kentucky. I mean, a lot of people say mid-major, but still, D1 football is D1 football. You played against another one, SEC teams. You played against ACC teams, stuff like that. So going to this is nothing new for you. And then how do you feel so far with this year with Columbus, being here in the city, being the way that Roger Beck's come in, Dame's come in as a head coach, Corey Black as a GM, bringing that community in? Does it feel like it's getting like bigger crowds coming in for the games, kind of helping y'all out at home games?
It is actually, it's become a little overwhelming for me. I actually just had to delete my social media. I had to lock back in a little bit. You know, it was getting too big for me, and I have to ground myself a little bit. So sometimes I have to delete my social media and kind of get my head back to where it needs to be in this ball.
Oh yeah, and that's one of those things. So you get a lot of support like that. It kind of float the head a little bit there, kind of get away from what really matters and what's going to take to stay at that level. And it's good that you're at that mature level to where you can be like, all right, I need to step back and just make sure I'm here for the team, at least, you know. And after the season's over, y'all blow my head up all y'all want to.
Right.
Talk me up. That's all it is. Well, again, this is Drell.
Yes, sir.
Drell Green, the DB for the Columbus Lions, looking to go stay undefeated as they head down to Mississippi this weekend. Appreciate you having it on here.
Thank you.
Again, number one on the roster, number one in your hearts down there at the Civic Center. And we'll be back here in just a moment for the rest of the Columbus Lions show here on Columbus Lions channel.
Imagine a life-changing injury. Imagine the fear and unknown. The Houston Clinic Sports Medicine Team, the only physicians in the area with advanced certification in orthopedic sports medicine, treats sports injuries with innovative techniques. The Houston Clinic has helped nearly 1 million athletes live without pain. Imagine getting back in the game. Imagine the best game of your life. The Houston Clinic Sports Medicine Team.
Back here at Poor Decisions, remember everybody, 50-cent wing night all night long here at Poor Decisions, not just during the Lions Coaches Show. And we had a defensive player in Drell Green and with Mike Frost, and now we've got an offensive player in QB2, Michael Hill. And Michael, you and I were just talking off camera a little bit. You're the youngest member of this team, and so you're like everybody's little brother, I guess.
That's pretty much, yeah, that's how it kind of feels.
Yeah, so you're from Jacksonville, Florida, and you just graduated high school, what, a couple of years ago?
Last year, 2025.
Last 2025, yeah. And did a little JUCO play before you got this opportunity with the Lions.
Did one season JUCO, and then got the opportunity here, took it.
Well, tell us about it. How's this year been, stepping into arena football?
It's been great. It's been a lot of fun. They treat us well here. I've been playing behind Blaine Espinoza. He's a great quarterback, great leader. He's been teaching me a lot. Coaches here are great. I just try to take in as much as I can.
Yeah. Well, you've definitely got the long, lean body of a quarterback for sure.
Right, yeah.
And you're a lefty, right?
Yes, sir.
And so just talk about this group of receivers that you guys throw to every day. I mean, incredible, right?
They're amazing. I mean, I talk about it all the time. We definitely have the best receiving group in the league. Starting off with Stretch, Cradle, just a big body, throw it up to him, you don't catch it.
Yeah.
Jacob Smith, fastest dude in the league.
Oh, wow.
Far. You got J-Man, just a vet, knows the game so well. Plus, he's just a force, with the strength and stuff. And then you have Jesse, another great receiver.
Yeah, you mentioned it a minute ago, but playing behind Blaine Espinoza this year, boy, he's fun to watch. But the guy's having a tremendous year. So what are you picking up from Blaine on a weekly basis?
Just, his decision making. He reads well. He has great instincts for the game. You can see that with some of his run plays, especially from last game.
Yeah.
But that's really just learning those things from him, those instincts, and making decisions.
Yeah. Well, it's another thing you got to talk about is those guys up front. Sometimes they don't get a lot of the notice and a lot of the publicity, but what a job those guys have done up front.
For sure. I mean, I see it all game. Blaine has time to just stand there, look, read the field. I mean, even when I get in sometimes, I feel the same way. I feel very comfortable in the pocket with them, and they're just a force for sure.
Well, how do you feel like your progress has gone this year? You've been able to get in some games because the Lions have won some lopsided games. You've been able to get some playing experience. How is the speed of the game coming to you let's just say, from the beginning of the year to now? How's the speed of the game been?
It's definitely slowed down a lot. I would say first week of training camp, I struggled. just getting used to the speed. Plus, arena ball, it's my rookie year. The pockets are so like smaller.
Everything's compact.
Everything closes down, but I'm getting a lot more comfortable getting farther in the season.
And just talk about being a backup quarterback, you know, what the mentality you have to have and how it is being really basically having to be constantly ready.
Oh yeah, you got to come in every day ready to perform as a starter. You have to have the mindset as a starter. Be on the coach's hip, just seeing things, learning things, and just watching the game.
Yeah.
That's what it takes.
And talk about, last thing I guess before we finish up here, talk about the atmosphere in the Civic Center this year that you've been exposed to. I mean, it's a little different from being on a full-size field in a stadium. You're in an enclosed arena. But talk about the atmosphere in the Columbus Civic Center this year.
It's amazing. I mean, just the experience of the game, just getting to sit on the sidelines and watch, see the experience with the fans is amazing. You know, I never experienced anything like it. But,
it's pretty cool. Well, folks, this is QB2 Michael Hill. He's always ready, next man up if he's ever needed, but right now he's playing behind the best quarterback in the league and learning the game as he goes. Michael, thanks for joining us here on the Coach's Show. Remember, we're at Poor Decisions, 50-cent wings, and don't forget, the Lions are on the road this week, Mississippi Wolfpack, but they'll be back in Columbus on June 6th for Military Day, and what an experience that's going to be. You hadn't experienced one of those yet. It's going to be something else. So we'll be back here in just a moment on the Lions Coaches Show on the Lions YouTube channel. And we're back here at Poor Decisions. Remember, 50-cent wing night here at Poor Decisions all night long, not just during the Coaches Show. So come on out if you're just getting off work, if you know whatever the case may be. Come on out here, get some great wings, 50 cents a piece. But that's not the only thing they have here. Matter of fact, all of us guys are going to enjoy a quesadilla tonight. We're going to try the quesadilla. I hear they've got great burgers. I was told today that in all the times people have ordered food from here, they have never not thoroughly enjoyed what they've gotten. So they've got a full menu as well as 50-cent wing night tonight here while the Lions Coaches Show is here, and all night long, every Wednesday night. But Mike, you know, we got coming off a bye week. These guys have been able to get well. You know, we've talked to a couple of players tonight. Those guys are hungry. They're ready to get back on the field and get going. They got a road trip to Mississippi this week to get the gears re-oiled, I guess you say. And then a big day coming up on June 6th at the Civic Center for Military Day. But the other cool thing about that is all upper-level seats that day are just $2. So that's all upper-level seating at the arena on June 6th for the next Lions home game. $2.
They should be able to pack out the stadium.
I mean, you can't even buy a soda in a store for $2. So you get a ticket to a great, entertaining, absolutely fun arena football game in a great atmosphere that day. There's no atmosphere like Military Day with the Columbus Lions, and it'll be a blast. And it'll probably be the biggest crowd of the year. So come on in and join on that day. But Christian and Scooby will be the halftime entertainment of that. But first of all, they've got to go to Mississippi. They've got the week off. They've got some guys healthy. I'm not sure I would want to be the Mississippi Wolfpack with these guys coming in.
They played them once before earlier in the season. We're able to get a dub at home against Mississippi, but the big thing is going to be coming in off that bye, like you said, knocking the rust off, make sure they're good to go coming into it. It's going to be communication. It's going to be preparation coming into the ball game. It's not coming in a little bit slack. You took that week off. You recovered. Now it's time to get your mental state back in there. Get out on the field. Do what you do best, especially with that defense. That defensive front's been lights out all season long. So I expect them to try to keep up the same momentum going into that one and just prepare for that big home game and try to come into the stretch and try to finish an undefeated regular season.
Yeah, and the good thing about that defensive front is everybody's going to be healthy going into this game, and going to get some people back that have been out for a game or two. And
sorry, Mississippi.
It is what it is when you play these guys. Blaine Espinosa's ready to get back out there. Michael Hill, QB2 that we just talked to. You talked to probably the best guy in the defensive backfield in the league, and Drell Green. And these guys are hungry. I mean, and they want to bring an undefeated. They want to bring a championship to Columbus, Georgia, and they got a great chance to do that. Coming in 5-0, and what a couple of weeks it's going to be here in AAL football.
Oh, it's going to be a blast. I look forward to seeing what Coach Damian Daniels and his crew with Pierre Coffey out there, see what they have dredged up in the game plan. Look like what's one of the things about bye weeks as well.
Yeah.
Throw a couple more wrinkles into there, kind of add to the playbook a little bit. You got the guys knowing what they need to do. You're about halfway through the season, so now it's time to kind of blow it up a little bit, try to show these guys some more stuff and go out there and really try to end this season on a great note.
Absolutely. Coach Dame alluded to that a little bit, said maybe there's some – we're going to see some new stuff, that people haven't seen on film, and that's always fun when you have that off week and you get time to do it. But that's going to about wrap it up for us here with the Columbus Lions Coaches Show on the Lions. Oh, look at that. The man is hungry. The man is hungry. Don't forget, all night long here at Poor Decisions, this Wednesday and every other Wednesday, 50-cent wing night. Come join us. We're here every week, 5 p.m. for the Coaches Show. And, boy, we're having a blast. And you're going to have a blast with this team. Don't forget, June 6th, all upper-level tickets, $2. The best thing you can do. I mean, what else can you do with $2? You can't even buy a piece of candy anymore.
You can't buy a
for $2. And so $2, all upper level tickets. It's Military Day. It's going to be a great atmosphere. But also be watching this weekend as the Lions go to Mississippi and play the Mississippi Wolfpack, and they'll be going 6-0. I'm sure. I feel quite confident they'll come home 6-0. But thanks for joining us, as always, on the Lions YouTube channel for the Columbus Lion Coaches Show. We will see you at the Columbus Civic Center June 6th, Military Day. Join us. You got to see this team play in person, and we will see you again. Mike, thanks for joining us, man. It's been a blast. It's always a blast with you, my friend.
It is always the Mike and Mike show.
Always the Mike and Mike show. We'll see you next time on the Columbus Lions Coaches Show.